Good morning, welcome back to the channel. If you're new here, my name's Tony. Please take a moment to check out some of my other content. If you like the video today, then please like and share, and of course consider subscribing to the channel if you haven't already. So today, where are we? Well, I hadn't planned on covering this area just yet, but from yesterday when I was down here with Nat, my wife, and saw the building that was going on down here, I thought I would start and cover the area around Laguna and Bang Tao. So this is the start of the streets of Bang Tao, and we're going to take a look at the site that I briefly visited yesterday. And the reason why I'm doing that is because honestly I was taken aback by the amount of building right next to the beach that was going on here. And of course this area is a very popular area, and to say that it's not the most cheapest area to stay in Phuket is a little bit of an understatement. Having saw prices in Rawai at the Ocean Pie starting from 4,500 upwards, the Laguna area is going to be at least the same, if not considerably more. And obviously if you are a first-time visitor to this area, that is not going to endear you to the area when you see all that building taking place. So let's get into the video and take a wander down this side. So I started off right outside the open kitchen, just before an area called the Canal Village, and this has a mixture. Let me just cross over because there's a car coming. I want to go this side because there's some music playing just down here. I know that because I've just had my drink and sat outside. So this has got some facilities here in the way of shops. There's a few small boutique clothing shops, there's a convenience store and several restaurants down here as well. And there may be one or two other things of interest that you want to have a look around. I have covered the Canal Village in the past. I'm not going to walk inside that area today. If you want to see what it's like, then what I would suggest is you check out one of those videos that I've covered that area. I will link it in the description down below. But as we make our way down here, I want to talk about the development that's currently going on here in Phuket, because there is a lot of development. In fact, it's an unbelievable amount. On the main road coming through Cherntalay, there is a very large development. I think is a resort that's being built, or condominiums, I'm not quite sure, but that's on the main road of Cherntalay, and that area, Cherntalay, serves Laguna as the main shopping area. So of course if you're staying here in Laguna, you're going to be visiting the Cherntalay area maybe in the evening, because there's a lot of bars and shops and restaurants in that area, as you will see as we go forward in the series. But the worrying thing about all this development that's going on here in Phuket is the fact that the infrastructure is being put under more and more pressure. We've seen the roads congestion increase over the last few years, and at times it is unbearable. I've seen traffic jams at 10 o'clock at night here in Phuket. Granted, it's not every day, but definitely the roads are struggling with the amount of people that are currently here, and with all the development that's going on, the building of homes, condominiums, hotels, properties for business use, that's only going to increase because it's attracting more and more people. And as more people come to the island of Phuket, the infrastructure such as the electricity grid is put under more strain, and we have seen them upgrading the power lines to high voltage lines rather than what was here before. Beautiful resort here, the Dusatane. It's just a shame all the building work is really at the back of this to the one side, as you will see. So this takes us down to Laguna Beach, and I came down here briefly yesterday with Nat. I had no idea that this building was going on, and it certainly doesn't look like it started in the last few weeks. If anything, it's been going on for several months. If you do happen to know how long the building's been going on here, please do drop it in the comments, because I'm not sure. The last time I came it wasn't here, but it has been, I guess, over a year ago. And the beach area was quite nice. I understand that they're trying to make it better, but if they started a couple of months ago, that would have meant they started smack bang in high season, which is just crazy, because people that have not visited this area before do not know what the area is like, and to have that eyesore right next to the beach during high season is a bit mind-boggling, because as you've just seen, the Dusatani, we have the Ansana Hotel here, just to mention two very well-known and respected resort accommodations. But these accommodations are far from cheap. You're going to be paying an awful lot of money if you want to stay at one of those resorts that I've mentioned, and the last thing you're going to want to do is spend all that money and then come and see all this construction right at the end. It's not going to endear you to the area at all. Now obviously people that have been here several times, let me just see where this car's going, will know this is a very nice area. But what I don't understand is that area where they're building now was nice. There was nothing wrong with it. I can see what they're trying to do. They're trying to add more beachfront restaurants and businesses there, and I guess when it's built and finished it will be a very nice area and complementary to the area itself. However, the building that's going on at the minute just across the whole of Highland in general, it just, for me personally, it boggles my mind, because the infrastructure, the facilities are being put under so much pressure. Not too long ago we were running out of water from the reservoirs. Now there has been talk of a pipeline being built from Bang Tao to Phuket to supply extra water, because when it doesn't rain for long periods the reservoirs get very low. And indeed I did see something a few weeks ago on the news media outlets. One of the big reservoirs here was already well under half empty, and we're not really that far into high season, being February, because some years we don't see the rains until June. And obviously if that happens with all the added drain on these facilities, it's going to run out a lot sooner and we're going to have problems. I don't see a lot of work going into sorting out the reservoirs, the drainage, sewerage. There is work going on the power grids. I know that because they've been working on that for some time. You can see all the cars here, double parked all the way down here. This is all the builders. And a massive development going on over there. But this is just one of many that's going on across the island. And I have to wonder, with all this building, the amount of people that are going to be coming to the island, how the island is actually going to cope under the strain. You know, they seem to be very greedy when it comes to making money from businesses, but there are resort hotels here on the island that are empty, that are derelict. There are houses, lots of them, that are derelict and empty. There's projects that have been started and abandoned because of running out of money, etc. Now, in my opinion, this is only my personal opinion, I would have thought it would be better to do something with the existing problems that they have here on the island with derelict resorts and estates, and making those better renewed rather than just keep on building more. But it just seems that there is no end to the building here in Phuket, and if anything it's getting more, not less. The last few years have seen a massive explosion when it comes to building here. I mean, this is absolutely beautiful, beautiful resort, and to be overlooking that now, well, I don't want to even guess how much it is to stay over there. I would imagine it's probably 8,000 baht a night, if not more. I'm only guessing, they may have offers, I don't know. But if you know, drop it in the comment section, I'll be interested. It's a beautiful hotel, so it's not going to be cheap. But to be looking out of that, I'll cross onto this, and spending that sort of money, well, it's certainly not going to want to make you come back, is it? If you've never been here before and you wake up to this, it's certainly not going to make you want to come back. And I think at times the building, there needs to be some I don't know what it is, what the words I'm looking for, but it just seems it's never ending here in Phuket. And they do all the building of the businesses and resorts and homes and everything, but the infrastructure is just put under more and more pressure. And the people that are already living here, this is the people who are going to struggle with it when they run out of water during the high season, when the electric keeps going off because of the demand's too high. I just find it just mind-blowing. I was hoping I might bump into somebody that was here and that I could speak to and get some feelings on what they feel about this. I mean, honestly, it looks a mess. It really does. Right next to the beach, it looks a mess, especially in a high season. Now, I understand from a building point of view, it's not going to be easy to build something like this in the monsoons. I realise that. So obviously they're going to be building when there's no rain. But to be doing this, I mean, this is not a few weeks old. This has been going on, I would say, for a couple of months at least, if not longer. And to do this during the Christmas period, the most busiest time of the island, well, for all those people that have come and stayed here, I don't know what people were thinking. I'd love to know some thoughts, feelings. Drop them in the comments section. What do you think about the development of Phuket? Do you think it's a good thing? Do you think the officials should be looking at better infrastructure before carrying on with all these massive projects? Because this is only just one. As I mentioned, there's one on the main road in Chontalay. The traffic in Chontalay at times is unbearable, and that has been reported in the media several times. In fact, the mayor of Chontalay is also at his wit's end with the traffic problems because of the locals complaining about it. And I can understand it, because at times it is terrible. I go through Chontalay quite regular with Nat, and 10 o'clock at night there's traffic jams. It's just unbelievable. And I think, oh my god, you know, I expect it at peak times, you know, sort of 9 o'clock in the morning, 7 to 9, 4 till 6, you expect it. It's rush hour, people going to their office jobs, coming back, taking kids to school, picking them up. All these times you expect it to be busy, just the same as anywhere else. But 10 o'clock at night, no, you don't really expect that. And what a shame, because look at the beach area here in Bang Tao. It is absolutely gorgeous. That's the back end of the Dusatani, so obviously if you're staying there, you don't have to walk past all that building work. You can actually walk through the hotel and come onto the beach and not have to look at it. But people that are visiting this part of Bang Tao Beach, of course Bang Tao Beach does stretch a long way. It does indeed stretch all the way down as far as you can see. So it is a very long beach, and looking the other way, it stretches all the way up to there, and there is a national park in part of it, just at the edge of the fringe there. I'm not sure whether you have to pay to go in that part or not. I haven't visited it for a long time, and I will be visiting that area during this series on Bang Tao and the Laguna. As I say, I hadn't planned on starting this particular series as soon as I have done, because I've still got Rawai to finish off. There's still a few more videos and areas to look at Rawai. Of course, I'm doing the Kamalar series as well. Quite a bit to cover in Kamalar yet, and I've just started Patong. But after yesterday, I just wanted to let people know the situation here, because if you are coming to Bang Tao in the next few weeks, obviously staying near to the Laguna Beach, then you're going to have that, unfortunately, because that doesn't look like it's going to be finished anytime soon. So that might change your opinions on where to stay on the island. It may not, you may not be bothered about it, but I would like to hear some feedback and how you feel about development like this. I mean, obviously once it's all finished, it's going to be great for the area. There's going to be, I guess, loads of restaurants there that you're going to be able to go and dine at, looking over the beach. There's going to be shopping facilities, maybe a resort area. I'm not sure what they're building there. I really don't know. But I'm looking at the front, I would say it's going to be bars and restaurants. So is that a good thing? Or do you think the area already has a lot? I mean, Chontalay has loads of restaurants, loads of bars, loads of everything. Do we really need any more? When's it going to end? The problem that I find over here is because of the amount of businesses over here, it's not necessarily good for a business owner, because so much choice and there's only so many customers, and this also produces the fact where people will undercut other businesses. You see this all the time, to the point where they're not making any money because they've got poor business sense. They don't even know that the prices that they're doing their products for, they're actually making a loss on, and it isn't till some time later when they run out of money they realise they're not actually making any money. They're running a debt basically, and this is something that you see all the time over here. You see a lot of businesses opening and closing all the time, and that is the reason why, because they don't do their research, they don't do a business plan, they don't have the knowledge or foresight to see the problems they're going to encounter by having a business over here, and when their money runs out they have to close. And this is common here all the time. It's happening all the time because it's too easy to open a business. All you need is a pocket full of money, but that is not necessarily good if you want to stay in business for a long time. Okay, well, I hope you've enjoyed this look at this area. The beach here is definitely one of the better beaches here in Phuket. There is no question about that. Bang Tao has a beautiful beach, and it already has a vast array of businesses and facilities for anybody that would be visiting this area. More than enough. Okay, so that's it for today. Drop some comments, don't forget to like, share, and if you haven't already, subscribe, and I appreciate it if you do any of those. I will speak to you very soon.